हरिः ॐ गणपति गजानन महाराज की जय। श्री सत्यनारायण देव की जय। विनायकं गुरुं भानु ब्रह्म विष्णु महेश्वरान् सरस्वतीं प्रणम्यादौ सर्वकार्यार्थसिद्धये। ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः। Now Sri Satyanarayana Katha begins. First chapter. Vyasa uvacha ekada naimisharanye ऋषयः शौनकादयः पपृच्छु मुनयः सर्वे सूतं पौराणिकं खलु व्रतेन तपसा किं वा प्राप्यते वाञ्छितात् फलम् तत्सर्वं श्रोतुमिच्छामः कथयस्व महामुने। In first chapter, Sage Vyas said, once during their pilgrimage to Naimisharanya, Shaunak and Sage Sut and other 88,000 sages asked Sage Sut, who was an expert on the Purans, O Sage Sut, how will the human beings' ignorance of the knowledge of the Vedas generate devotion to God in their hearts and attain salvation? O great sage, please tell us something, either observance, some fast, or of leading some kind of austere life which may make the life virtuous and build the aspirants within a short period of time. We strongly desire to hear some such story. Suji, who had the knowledge of all the scriptures, said, O the venerable one among the Vaishnavists, your quest concerns the welfare of human beings. Now I shall tell you about the observance of that sacred fast about which sage Narad had inquired from Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu had discoursed on it. Listen to this story attentively. Once sage Narad, for the welfare of others, come to mortal world, wandering through the other worlds. Seeing the human beings in the mortal world suffering from pain according to their deeds, he began thinking as to what he should do to bring an end to their plight. Keeping this on mind, he went to Vishnulok, paradise. There he saw Lord Vishnu, who had fair complexion and have 4 arms, holding conch, disc, mace and lotus, one in each arm, and was wearing a garland around his neck. Sage Narad began praying, Namo Vangmaya Satatita Rupa Ananta Shaktaye Adi Madhyantahinaya Nirgunaya Gunatmane Sarvesham Adibhutaya Bhaktanam Artinashane. Sage Narad began praying, O God, you are most powerful. You neither have beginning nor an end. Since the creation is the mirror image of your absolute existence, you automatically bring an end to the plight of your devotees. I offer my salutation to thee. Hearing the devotional prayer of sage Narad, Lord Vishnu said, O great sage, what is it that you have on mind? What is the purpose of your visit? Please speak your mind without hesitation. मर्त्यलोके जना सर्वे नानाक्लेशसमन्विता नानायोनिसमुत्पन्ना पच्यन्ते पापकर्मभिः. Then said Narad said, everyone in the mortal world is suffering from plight according to one's deeds. O Lord, if you are kind to me, please tell me as to how the human beings can be delivered from their pains with little effort. Lord Vishnu said, O Narad, you have asked a very good question, and this concerns the welfare of human beings. I shall tell you about observance of particular kind of fast which causes disillusionment to human beings. Now listen, this kind of fasting brings auspicious results and is rarer in heaven and in the mortal world both. This is I am telling you with great affection. Observance of this fast in the worship of Sri Satyanarayan, or if done as laid down in the scriptures, brings every happiness in the life of a man on the earth and helps him to attain salvation on the earth. Narada Uvacha Kim phalam kim vidhanancha Kritam kenaiva tadvratam Tat sarvam vistarad bruhi Kadakare tadvratam. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Dukha shokadi samanam Dhanadhanya pravardhanam Saubhagya santatikaram Sarvatra vijayi padam Satyanarayanam devam Yajai chaiva nishamukhe Brahmane bandhavaishchaiva Sahito dharma tatpara. Hearing Lord Vishnu speak thus, sage Narad said, O God, what does one get by observing that fast? What is the process? Who has observed this fast earlier? On what day should this be observed? Please tell me in detail. Lord Vishnu said, O Narad, observance of this kind of fast brings an end to one's plight and leads him to victory. One may worship Sri Satyanarayan with devotion and reverence in the evening of any day with Brahmins and his kith and kin. Rambha phalam dudam kshiram gaudamascha churnakam. One should offer with devotion Naivedya, bananas, honey, clarified butter, sugar, and jaggery, milk and wheat flour in 1 1/4 measurement of weight. In the absence of weight, one may offer finely ground sethi, a kind of paddy. You should offer all this to God with devotion. Then he should offer meals to Brahmins and his own kith and kin. And after that, he should take the meal himself. He should sing in the praise of God in the night and pass his time remembering God only. And one who will observe this fast in this manner is sure to have all his wishes fulfilled. O the greatest among devotees, deeds of the people in the terrible Kaliyug are not hidden from you. Those wishing to exercise control over their foods and drinks and their code of conduct and still not able to do so will attain salvation by remembering my name. Visheshata Kaliyuge Lagupayoste Bhutale. And so, especially in Kaliyug, in the mortal world, this is the only method following which every human being will attain salvation in very little time without having to spend too much. Here, the Satyanarayan Katha's first chapter is ending. Now we are coming to chapter 2. अथान्यत् सम्प्रवक्ष्यामि कृतं येन पुरा द्विज कश्चित् काशीपुरे रम्ये अरायसिद् विप्रतोक्तिनिर्धनम् चुडुभ्यां व्याकुलो भूत्वा नित्यं ब्रह्मामभूतले दुःखितं ब्राह्मण दृष्ट्वा भगवान् ब्राह्मणप्रिय किमर्थं भ्रमते विप्रम् मही नित्यं सुदुःखितं तत्सर्वं श्रोतुमिच्छामि कथ्यतां द्विजसत्तमा. In second chapter, Suji said, O sages, I shall tell you the history of those who have observed this fast earlier. Listen, all of you, attentively. There lives a very poor Brahmin in Sundar Kashipur town. He used to wander about restlessly, driven by hunger and thirst. Lord Vishnu, who has great love for Brahmins, once assumed the form of a Brahmin and asked him with reverence, O Brahmin, why is it that you always keep wandering about on the earth, wearing a sad look? O great Brahmin, please tell me everything. I wanted to know the reason. Brahmanoti daridroham भिक्षार्थं वै भ्रमे महिम् उपायं यदि जानासि कथ्यतां प्रभो. The poor Brahmin said, I am a poor Brahmin. I keep wandering about on the earth begging for alms. O God, please do tell me if you know some way that may help me get rid of my problems. I am in your shelter. Vishnu, in the guise of an old Brahmin, said, Sri Satyanarayan is one who is capable of fulfilling one's wishes. So you offer your worship him and you will be delivered from your pains. And thus, having explained to him the process of worship, Sri Satyanarayan, who was in the guise of an old Brahmin, disappeared. The Brahmin, having taken a vow to observe the fast described it by the old Brahmin, returned home. But the poor Brahmin couldn't sleep the whole night. He got up early in the morning next day and with a determination to observe fast in the worship of Sri Satyanarayan went out to collect alms. That day he got a lot of money in alms with which he bought the material for worship. He returned home and observed fast with his kith and kin in the worship of Sri Satyanarayan. By doing this, that poor Brahmin was delivered from all kind of poverty and sadness of life and prospered greatly. From that day onwards, that Brahmin made it practice to observe his fast every month on full moon day. One who will observe fast with reverence in the worship of Sri Satyanarayan according to the methods laid down in the scriptures will be freed from his sin and will attain salvation. In future also, any human being observing this fast will be delivered from his plight. I have narrated to you what was narrated to sage Narad by Lord Vishnu in regard to this fast. O Brahmins, what more would you like to listen to? Please tell. The sages said, O great sage, we want to know as to who are the other ones who observe this fast after hearing the story from the Brahmin. Suji said, O sages, listen to the stories of each and every human being who has observed this fast. Once the Brahmin was observing this fast with his kith and kin, enjoying every prosperity in his life. Just then, an old man arrived there who was selling firewood. He unloaded the stock of wood and putting it in a corner went inside the house of the Brahmin. The thirsty woodcutter saw the Brahmin observing fast. He forgot about his thirst and offering his salutation to Brahmin. Ask, O Brahmin, to whom are you offering your worship? What does one gain by observing this fast? Please tell me. The Brahmin said, observing fast in the worship of Sri Satyanarayan brings fulfillment of all wishes. It is by the grace of Sri Satyanarayan that I have prospered. The woodcutter became very happy to know the importance of observing fast in the worship of Sri Satyanarayan. He took the Charanamrit, a mixture consisting of milk, curd, sugar, honey, and clarified butter, offered to deity, eat food, and return home. Next day, the woodcutter decided that whatever money he got after selling firewood, he would spend the entire amount in the worship of Sri Satyanarayan. And thinking this, the woodcutter went to a town where only rich people lived, with the stock of wood loaded on his head. That day he earned 4 times more than what he normally earned on other days. The old woodcutter became very happy and returned home with bananas, sugar, honey, clarified butter, milk, curd, and wheat flour in order to be able to make an offering in the worship of Sri Satyanarayan. Then he invited his kith and kin and performed the worship of Sri Satyanarayan, keeping in view the ritual aspects as laid down in the scriptures. With the result of the worship, the old woodcutter was blessed with a son. He enjoyed every prosperity in his life and went to heaven after death. Here ends of second chapter. Now we are going for third chapter of Sri Satyanarayan Katha. Suta uvacha punaragre prabhakshami shunudvam manisаттamaha pura cholka mukho nama anupachasmi mahipati jitendriya satyavadi yayo devalayam prati dine dine dhanandatva द्विजान् सन्तोषयन् सुधि भार्या तस्य प्रमुग्धा च सरोजवदना सती भद्रशीला नदीतीरे सत्यस्य व्रत आचरत्. In chapter 3, Sri Suji said, O great sages, now I am going to tell you another story. In the ancient times, there was a wise king whose name was Ulkamuk. He was truthful, chaste, and virtuous. He used to go to temple every day and make charities to the poor. His wife was beautiful and chaste woman. Both husband and wife observed fast in the worship of Sri Satyanarayan on the bank of river Bhadrashila. Just then a Vaishya named Sadhu happened to arrive there. He had a lot of money. Since the king busy in worship, he asked humbly, O king, What is it you are doing with such devotion? Please tell me. King Ulkamuk said, O Sadhu Vaishya, I am along with my kith and kin offering my worship to most powerful Sri Satyanarayan in order that I may be blessed with a son. Hearing the king speak thus, the Vaishya named Sadhu said respectfully, O king, please tell me also the process of worship. I too shall observe this fast as detailed by you. I too have no issue. I believe that I too will be blessed with a son by observing this particular fast. Having learned the process of worship from the king, the Vaishya completed his business tour and returned home happily. Yada vratam karishyami, yada me santati bhavet. The Vaishya told his wife about the observance of the fast in the worship of Sri Satyanarayan and explained to her that by offering worship to Sri Satyanarayan, one is sure to be blessed with a child. He took a vow that he would observe this fast after he was blessed with a child. And by the grace of Sri Satyanarayan, his wife Lilavati became pregnant. She gave birth a beautiful fair child in the 10th month. Dasame Masi Vaitasya Kanya Ratna Ajay Sukla Pakshe Asi. The girl began growing by day like the moon grows the bright half of a lunar month. The girl was named Kalavati. Then one day Lilavati reminded her husband of a vow he had taken to observe fast in the worship of Sri Satyanarayan after being blessed with a child. Sadhu Vaishya said, O darling, I shall observe this fast at the time of marriage of my daughter. And having assured his wife, thus he went on his business tour. Kalavati kept growing in the house of her father. After return, when Sadhu saw his daughter playing with her friends, he called out to his messenger and asked him to find a suitable match for her. Having got the order from Sadhu, the messenger went to Kanchan Nagar and brought a suitable Vaishya boy from there. Seeing the suitable match for his daughter, Sadhu and his kith and kin gave Kalavati's hand in marriage to the Vaishya boy. Gnati bhir bandhabhe sadham paritustena chetasa datavan sadhu putraya kanya vidhi vidhanata tato bhagya vashatena Vismrutam Brata Uttamam Vivasamaye Tasyaha Rushto Bhagavan Prabhu. But unfortunately, at the time of his daughter's marriage also, he forgot to observe fast in the worship of Sri Satyanarayan. God became very angry with him. He cursed the Vaishya that he shall have to undergo a lot of trouble for his failure to observe the fast. Defeat in his trade, Sadhu Vaishya went along with his son-in-law to Ratnasarpur Nagar, situated near the sea, in order to conduct his business. Both father-in-law and son-in-law launched their business in the town of which the king was King Chandraketu. One day, a thief, under the inspiration of Sri Satyanarayan, was running away after stealing the money of the king. Seeing the soldiers of the king approaching near, the thief hid the money in the boat where the father-in-law and son-in-law had camp and scamper away from there. When the soldiers saw the king's money with the father-in-law and son-in-law, they arrested them and took them to the king. The king did not even gave them a hearing and ordered them to be incarcerated. And thus, under the observance of the king, under the order of the king, they were put behind bars and their money was also confiscated. Crushed by Sri Satyanarayan, Sadhu Vaisya's wife Lilavati and his daughter Kalavati too had to undergo a lot of trouble. Some thieves burgled their house and took away all the money they had. Adhi Vyadhi Samayukta Kshutpipasati Dukkhita Anna Chinta Parabhutva Brahmacha Grahe Grahe. Greatly tortured physically and mentally and driven by hunger and thirst, Kalavati went to the house of a Brahmin. She saw a Brahmin observing fast in the worship of Sri Satyanarayan. She listened to the sacred stories of Sri Satyanarayan, took prasad and returned home at night. Lilavati asked Kalavati, "O daughter, where have you been and what do you have on your mind?" Kalavati said, "O mother, I have seen Sri Satyanarayan being worshipped in the house of Brahmin." Hearing the daughter speak thus, Lilavati began making preparations for the worship of Sri Satyanarayan and made prayers that her husband and son-in-law may return soon. She also prayed for God's forgiveness. Sri Satyanarayan was pleased to see them observing fast in his worship. He appeared to King Chandraketu in his dream and said, "O king, the two Vaisyas whom you have imprisoned are innocent. Free them tomorrow in the morning. Return the money you have confiscated from them, or else I will destroy your treasure, kingdom, and everything completely." Saying this to the king, Sri Satyanarayan disappeared. Early next morning, King Chandraketu narrated this dream to everyone and ordered his soldiers that the two Vaisyas be released from the prison and brought at the court. Both, after being released from the prison, offered their salutation to the king. The king spoke softly, "O gentlemen, you have undergone this trouble because you were destined to. Now you need not fear, you are free." And after this, the king gave them new clothes and gave them twice the amount he had confiscated from them and bade them farewell. Both the Vaisya returned home. Here ends the third chapter of Sri Satyanarayan Vratakatha. Now we are going for fourth chapter. Chapter 4. Yatram tru katavan sadhu Mangalayana purvikam Brahmanaya dhanandatva Tadatu nagaram yayo. Sri Sudji further said, the Vaisya performed Mangalachar and set out to his town. He had gone a little distance when he met Sri Satyanarayan, who was carrying stuff in his hand. Jignasam kratavan sadhu kimasti tava naustito lata patradikam chaiva varate tarano mama nishturancha vachan sutva satyam bhavatu te vacha. He asked, O sadhu, what do you have in your boat? The haughty Vaisya laughed and said, why do you ask this question? Do you wish to take my money? My boat is full of leaves of wood apple. Hearing the Vaisya speak so arrogantly, Sri Satyanarayan said, may what you have said become true. Saying this, he went away from there and sat on the beach of the sea. In fact, Sri Satyanarayan was in disguise, carrying a staff in his hand, and the Vaisya couldn't identify him. The Vaisya performed his morning routines after Sri Satyanarayan left, and after that, when he returned to his boat, he fell in a faint to see his boat filled with wood apple leaves. After recovered from faint, he began wailing and beating his chest. Seeing him sad, stricken, his son-in-law said, please don't lose heart. All this is because of the curse of Dandi Maharaj laid on you. We must go in his shelter and beg his forgiveness, and only then our wishes will be fulfilled. Following the advice of his son-in-law, the Vaisya went to Sri Satyanarayan, offered his salutation with folded hands, and said, please forgive me my untruthfulness. Saying this, he began weeping. Then Sri Satyanarayan, in the guise of Dandiswami, said, O Vaisya, you have been subjected to distress again and again because of your failure to worship me. Tvanmaya mohita sarve brahmadyasti divaisasa na janante gunan rupam tavascharya idam vibhu. Vaisya said, O God, your divine power is such that even gods like Brahma fail to know your real self. Then how is it possible for an ignorant person like me to know you? Please be happy. I shall offer my worship to you according to my capacity. Please be kind to me and fill my boat again with the riches I possessed earlier. Hearing the Vaisya speak with such devotion, Sri Satyanarayan was extremely pleased. He blessed him for fulfillment of his wishes and disappeared. Then, when the father-in-law and son-in-law returned, they found their boat filled with riches again. The Vaisya then offered his worship to Sri Satyanarayan and began his journey with his friends on to return to his town. Reaching close to his town, he sent a messenger to his house. His messenger went to his house, offered his salutation to his wife, and said, your husband and son-in-law have arrived at the outskirts of the town. Lilavati and her daughter Kalavati were busy offering worship to Sri Satyanarayan at that time. Getting the message from the messenger, Lilavati accomplished her worship happily and said to her daughter, I am going to see my husband. You too accomplish your worship and come after me. But Kalavati leaving worship incompleted, and the Prasad set out to meet her husband. Because Kalavati did not take the Prasad before leaving to meet her husband Satyadev, Sri Satyanarayan became very angry with her and drowned the boat in which her husband had drowned along with the boat, began wailing and fell on the ground. Sadhu Vaisya became extremely sad to see his daughter weeping at the death of her husband, and said, "O God, please extend your forgiveness for whatever mistake I or my family members have committed." Sri Satyadev was pleased to see him apologetic. Just then there was a divine communication. "O Vaishya, your son-in-law has disappeared only because your daughter left the prasad uneaten and rushed to this place. If she goes back home and returns here after eating the prasad, she is sure to get her husband back." After hearing the divine communication, Kalavati returned home, took prasad, and then come back again. She got her husband back alive. Then Sadhu Vaisya performed the worship of Satyadev there itself, observing all the norms laid down in the scriptures, and thus having enjoyed every pleasure in the mortal world, he went to the heaven after death. Here ends the 4th chapter of Sri Satyanarayan Vrata Katha. Satyanarayan Deva ki jai. Now we are going for the 5th chapter. Suta Uvacha Athanyascha Pravakshami Shunudvam Munisattamaha Asid Tungadvajo Raja Prajapalana Tatpara Prasadam Satyadevasya Tyaktva Dukkha Mavapasa. In 5th chapter, Sri Suji spoke further, "O sages, I am going to tell you yet another story. Now listen. There was a king named Tungadhaj. He took great care of his subjects. He had to undergo a lot of troubles for ignoring the prasad of Sri Satyanarayan. Once the king came and sat under a banyan tree after hunting wild games. There he saw some cowheads worshipping Sri Satyanarayan with great devotion along with their kith and kin. But the king, due to his vanity, neither went to the place of worship nor did he offer his salutation to Sri Satyanarayan. Even though the cowheads offered prasada to him, he refused to take prasad and returned to his town. After reaching the town, he realized that everything in his kingdom had been destroyed. He immediately understood that it was all done by Satyadev. He returned to the same place, went to the cowherds, offered worship to Sri Satyanarayan with devotion and ate the prasad. With the result, everything in his kingdom became back to normalcy. The king lived in the mortal world for a long time and enjoyed every happiness of life, and went to his heavenly abode after death. Dhanyadikam tasya bhavitas prasadata daridro labate vittam baddho muchyate bandhanat bhito bhayata muccheta satya eva na sanshaya. One who observe this rarer fast in the worship of Sri Satyanarayan enjoy every prosperity in life with his grace. A prisoner become free from imprisonment and leads a fearless life. Childless parents are blessed with children and all their wishes are fulfilled and at last goes to heaven. Now I shall tell you what happened to those in their next birth who had observed the fast in the worship of Satyanarayan in their earlier birth. An old Brahmin named Satanand observed this fast and took birth as a Sudama in his next birth. He dedicated his life to devotion of Lord Krishna and attained salvation. Thus, the king named Ulkamukh observed this fast and was born as a king Dasrath in his next birth. He offered his worship to Rangnath and went to heaven after his death. Sadhu Vaishya was born as a truthful king Moradhwaj and attained salvation after sowing his own son. This too was the result of observance of the same fast. In the same manner, King Tungadhwaj was born as self-begotten Manu, who immersed a lot of people in the devotion of God and attained salvation. The woodcutter was born as Guha Nishad king and attained salvation by putting himself at the service of Lord Rama. Anyone who observe this fast getting blessings from Satyanarayan. This is true, and here ends the 5th chapter of Sri Satyanarayan Vratakatha. Achyutam Keshavam Sri Rama Narayan Shri Krishna Damodaram Shri Vasudevam Hari Sri Davam Madhavam Shri Gopika Vallabham Shri Janaki Nayakam Shri Ramachandram Bhaje Shri Janaki Nayakam Shri Ramachandram Bhaje Satyanarayana Deva Ki Jai.